to draft more into split push styles, things like the Trundle. I really think, oh my God, we got a Darius locked in. Now this is something that I think is incredibly strong as far as a solo queue pick, and I've been hoping we would see, but Trundle is kind of my measured expectations. Darius is like the hard lane counter to tanks. The struggle with Darius is that if you get put behind, it can be very hard to get back into the game. And it's also a champion that sometimes it can be tough in competitive play to convert your lead, because he is someone who wants to be fighting constantly. He wants to be in bloody games. Split pushing is not necessarily his style, so you need to force fights. You need to be aggressive and try to pull things off. But this is really kind of indexing very heavily on the laning phase. You want to see Someday crush the laning phase, or you're going to see him struggle to convert in team fights.
At the same time, though, I like the teammates he has lined up in terms of the champion picks. I mean, what is the thing that we always talk about Darius as one of his issues? It's closing the gap, right? Getting on top of the targets, being able to actually pose threat to people. But when you've got your own pull, when you've got the Zac kidnap, when you've got the Talia shove, when you've got the Alistair headbutt, 3 out of 4 of your allies can displace an opponent closer to you and the death radius around you.
Feels good, but this is the first Darius since 2013 in the NALCS. So it has been a while, and I'm very, very excited to see what Someday is going to be pulling off. I do agree the CC, the engage, can work well with the Darius. One concern I have is, can they actually win the 2v2 up here in the top lane? Because Kha'Zix has a lot of early power, and it was actually Nick Wu, good friend of mine, who brought it out in 2013. So the throwback.
There's a name I have not heard in a while, Azael. The olden days of the
LCS. My boy right there.
Winning that 2v2, Darius, we know how good he can be in those skirmishes as well, just because, I mean, once you get a 5 stack on that passive, any physical damage you do to another target will also apply a full 5 bleeds. So I want to see how well Optic is prepared to play around this, and how well Someday is prepared to play it, and what particularly made him pick at this game, because this is going to be a fun pick to watch.
I mean, it is a strong lane counter to the Cho'Gath, right? And that is really what they are looking at this for. He's also going to be going Phase Rush there. So Phase Rush really does give you the ability to kind of chase down and continue these fights. You want to be taking these extended fights where you can stack up to that 5-stack bleed. You get that passive, and you can do a ton of damage.
And that's why you also like playing up against these tanks, right? I mean, if you're up against a big old meatball that's going to be in your face that you can just get stacks on, it then makes it that much easier as you're running through the fight. Maybe you've only got time to auto-attack the carry once and then dunk him. But if you can apply 5 bleeds with that single auto-attack, thanks to hitting the meatball for the last 15 seconds, you're doing all right.
Exactly, because you can transfer that bleed over to everyone else. And when you have that 5 stacks, your execute ultimate is going to be that much more powerful. But we are waiting now. We'll pass on any information about the pause when we do get it. Hopefully going to be quick and we can get back into this one, because I'm really excited to see if this pick pays off.
Yeah, the pick's going to be fun to watch, and not just even the Darius in the top lane, but I mean, I already talked about the playmaking potential that we see from a lot of the other picks in 100 Thieves. You've got 3 different displaces, but on the same time, if you make a misstep up against this Optic Gaming team, could be rough.
Yeah, got the information on why we have the pause.
All right, later.
I would not leave Acadian alone on stage.
Wait, what?
So we're pausing to deal with the fly.
Okay.
Disaster will hopefully be able to be averted, and we'll be able to get back into this one.
All right, we got to get rid of the fly. You can't have those kinds of distractions.
Yeah.
Not on the LCS stage. Not in Week 8. Not when there's only 3 games.
I want to try to get a kill on Zig. The lane looks like it's pushing towards Zig, though, so honestly there's no reason for him to step forward and be aggressive, and he would have to get hit by the slingshot, but he's pretty far up now, and he's actually just kind of wandering in there.
Zig's just sort of hanging out. Meteos comes in, Zig already having flashed away, likely not going to have a way out of this one. There's your apprehend, here comes your damage, and that will be first blood over to Someday's Darius.
Yeah, nicely done by Meteos, the lane gank. Zig was just not expecting it, but the wave was pushing to him. You don't need to walk forward like that. You sit back, you give respect to the jungler, and you collect that wave once it pushes to you. But he wanders forward, he gets taken down, and not only is that the kill, that's the flash too.
Cadian in enemy territory, nearly getting himself caught out there. Ryu getting some nice damage down onto that jungler as he tries to make his exit. Acadian not forced to blow any summoner spells to make the escape, but you always got to be prepared for those rotations.
Yeah, and here it is once more. So as you see, there's more minion waves on the red side. This means that it's going to push towards Zig. It means that he doesn't have to actually go and shove this wave in. And I'm not sure exactly why he's walking up into that bush. Maybe considering just putting a ward in the back brush and trying to anticipate a lane gank that was already there. But either way, once you're getting hit there, the phase rush is going to be procced. There's so much.
Showing up here in the mid lane, lands the stretching
Afro's
strikes.
here too.
Afro's also there. The flash has already been used in Power of Evil. 1 versus 3 going to be kept alive a little bit longer. The damage continues. Acadian comes in, not quite able to find the damage onto Ryu. It's 1 for 0, 100 Thieves.
Yeah, nicely done on the roam there from Afro, who they come up from the bottom lane. They come down from the top lane at the same time. This 3-man for a dive. He should have this.
Oh, the duck comes in, and Someday gets the solo kill. Snowball online.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty rough. And he has no TP, which means he can't even collect these minions after.
Gets a little deceptive in terms of what it actually does. If you're talking defense stats, this thing's a cloth armor.
No, again.
And Meteos, Dig
like
is just
this.
having the worst kind of day. Oh, but his family has a Cho'Gath no longer. Someday goes on a killing spree. He's not coming back for another 20 seconds, and that turret is going to drop between now and then.
And they're going to give solo gold. They're going to give solo gold to Someday.
This is ruthless.
On a silver platter here.
We said something along those lines in the second half of the split. A big reason for that is Afro Moon making plays, making things happen. Now it's Power of Evil. Might be in some trouble. Someday pulling him right back with the apprehend. Flash away is not going to do a damn thing as Ryu gets himself on the board with the kill.
Yeah, nice roam down from Someday. At least they get him to flash out as Ryu looked like he had that kill sealed up. And Someday now looking for a Zig. He can just chase him down.
Does not
get
care.
Out of there, Zig.
He'll put himself right in the middle of this fight. The Weaver's wall comes through to make sure the rest of the team can't come help. Afro Moo's going to remain in the brush to zone anybody else away. Now coming around, now looking to make that play. Can he get in for the headbutt into the pulverize? On to elimination, yes he can. Meteos comes back into the back lines, now looking to make the kidnap. He's got it. And Arrows out of there, a 6-0 game for 100 Thieves. A perfect game so far.
This could be just double mid lane turrets off the rip, Harold. They're able to get the kills, push in, knock down 2 turrets, and they are just exploding this gold lead. Guy, before he gets 5 stacks, you are going to be the one going down, so they do have to back off. This is actually a TP coming in. They're just going to chase down Zig. I mean, Sunday's going to be here. We'll see if he can get a kill, but I don't think Zig is going to get that kill onto Ryu before Sunday arrives.
Ryu pops the heal to make sure he stays out of the feast range, and Zig's got no way out except through that spawn platform yet again. 0-4-0 this game. 100 Thieves just picking on him. 3-0-2 for that Darius.
Nice teleport there, you have to say, from Someday. And Baron spawns. They're actually looking like they want to try to threaten the pit. They're just going to start the Baron right at 20
minutes into the game.
I mean, they have the Rage Blade Varus, and this is not something where they should probably continue it unless it is not anyone coming around, but they wall them off. They're looking like they may try to go for the finish. They could still look to turn, but we'll see. They want to commit to it. This is going to be theirs.
That's exactly what you want to see the Weaver's Wall used for. 100 Thieves will just walk away. They know they're under no pressure, and 20-minute Baron. Perfect game so far. Everything's where they want it to be. 8,000 gold up. What a show.
That is going to be one of the fastest Barons we've seen in.
Some traps blocking off some of the pathing there to prevent the Thieves from flowing in through that little bit of a choke point.
Optic looking for some bush shenanigans here, though, onto Someday, but he's playing it pretty slow until his team is around. We'll see. Oh,
good check from Someday. Now he's caught out, though. 1 versus 5. It doesn't matter how fed you are. The shutdown goes over to Zig. Finally.
Albeit a more important one.
One thing also worth pointing out, the next item for Someday here, Steric's Gauge.
Okay.
Incredibly powerful on Juggernauts. Gives you both the shield to survive burst, and now the burst comes through for Acadian. He's going to be shut down there as Cody's son under a little bit of fire. Not really afraid, though, any longer. Weaver's Wall going to allow Someday to get right where he wants to be, hitting that tank, burning him away. Doesn't even need the dunk. Decides to keep it in the back pocket for later. Make sure it's ready as the fight and the push continue. Trap finds its way onto Someday there. Meteos goes into the back lines, looking for the stretching strikes onto PoE. Can't find him. Don't need him. 100 Thieves, it's all about the inhib. Cody's son, a couple more arrows will do it. He collects that one.
Yeah, good little sidestep there from Power of Evil, staying safe. But it is 2 kills. It is the inhibitor. And the bottom lane is already pushed up. So now they should get this outer here probably. And we'll be able to kind of collect as that Baron buff ends. Their second turret plus the inhibitor. Now looking for more arrow. Going to get caught.
Oh, Meteos does it again. That's how they got Arrow the last time. That's how they got Arrow this time. Meteos knows how to find who's going to be caught out on this one. The damage continues to come through. Power of Evil trying to get himself away, but the duck comes through.
The reset.
And that one is down. right, Darius. He gets the damage he needs. It's going to be Zig making it a double kill for Sunday as he looks for even more. 100 Thieves could be going for the end right now. Ryu on the front line, baiting Acadian in, utilizing the power of the Archangel Seraph's Embrace shield. Gets the damage, gets the kill, and the Thieves are now onto the Nexus turrets. Arrow gone again. Cody Sun on a killing spree. Lemon stands alone, but he will not stand for long. The damage pours through. Meteos doesn't even care. All 4 Bloblets will die to the laser, but the Nexus will die to 100 Thieves. They make a statement with this game. You better be looking out for Darius in the top lane, and you better be looking out for 100 Thieves.
6-1 now in the second half of this split. 100 Thieves have been killing it and are looking so strong going towards playoffs. And for Optic, it's another disappointing game. You know, they're already knocked out of playoffs. They're looking for those improvements. They're looking to secure their spots on the team for next split. But this was a rough one.
100 Thieves, we talked going into this about how it's not just about getting to playoffs. When we mentioned, yes, they're playing for playoff seeding. They're playing for positioning at this point in time. Getting to playoffs is great, but you didn't win anything by going to playoffs. Getting to